Okay. Hi, Cruz. I'm Casey from the Spike. We met back in Vietnam. Now, first of all, I want to say great job on the win. Great start for your stage two campaign. I just want to know how you're feeling about the match, about new coach, old coach in a new team now, and everything that has happened in the past few weeks.
Um, I think it's been the same, really. Hector and I we're used to what we're doing, and it just feels like he had never left. Uh, Kind of enjoy it more having him back though, because I think feels like I see more of him the second time we meet, and it just feels like family. So I think I kind of enjoy the ride for sure, and I think the boys like it as well.
All right, that's great. Now, obviously the drama surrounding Frost the past few weeks, everyone has been seeing it unfold. As an outsider, as someone who was only involved in it at the end when, as Frost mentioned, you gave him an offer and he accepted. How do you think this affects you and also your team in just, uh, in the server mentally? How do you think it all plays out?
I think it's a good thing for us. I really wanted to give Sephiroth, Tea, and Sushi the experience I've gotten in 2024 and 2025 because I think that's where most of my growth came from. So it's a good thing to have him here and show us what he thinks, what he knows, so that the Thai community gets more experience in Valorant and have more experience in the game as well. I think it's a good step up for the team. Regarding the drama, I don't really have much to say about it. I think it's more of he asked me if I wanted him, and I said, yeah, why not? Like I think it's gonna be good for the boys. Apparently, I told him that I don't think I need him. Um, Not because of ego, but anything. I feel like I've learned from him. He knows me. I know him pretty well. So I don't think he's gonna help me as much compared to help the boys. But I think the team comes first. So I asked the team and they said, yeah, go for it. So that's why we gave him the offer and then he took it.
All right, that's great. At the end of the day, synergy is what's most important in a team. Now, obviously, T as a coach has a strong voice in the team. Same goes for Sushi. Same goes for you. Now, Frost is added to the equation. I asked the same thing to Frost in the interview just a few minutes ago. But how do you think the hierarchy and the structure in the team plays out now that he's here?
Um, I'd say we have a stronger voice for the team because before I used to be kind of like the guy who makes the call. I think now we have two people who I would probably say I will trust that if he's going to go for it, I'm going to say, okay, I trust you. This one's on you. And if I say, no, I want to do this, I'll do it my way. He will trust me and I'll take the hit. So I think it's a good dynamic because we don't really need to trust on one person. Before it used to be me, I make all the calls, but now we have Hector to, play devil's advocate, and I think it's a good dynamic in the team build.
Speaking of the team, you guys have brought in a new member in Sephiroth. Obviously, it's not easy to let a player go, especially when you work with them for some time. Can you tell me about the planning and the decision that went into signing him and how you incorporated him into the team?
So at first, I wanted to sign him as early as stage one. He was the plan. He was the future for this team actually because I think, like I said, it's gonna be my last year, and I know from like just words run around that he is a really smart player. And after experiencing him and watch him uh, trial, I think he's the future for the team. So that's what we wanted to do as early as of stage 1, but we didn't get the chance to. So I don't think it's anything different. I think I just needed to give him more experience so that he could do my job, which is more important for the team um, and the company. I think it makes more sense to develop another IGL that will replace me in the future. That's why we made the change. It's not that Leviathan is not a good player. No, it's more of what is good for the team in the future. I think that's where we are headed, and that's why we made this change. And as you can see, it's probably hard for you guys to see what he's doing, but he has been helping a lot in server in the game with calls, and it makes us look like a more structured team.
Okay, now speaking of your retirement, have you thought about what you're going to do after this year? Are you going to go back into coaching? Are you going to stay with Full Sense? Anything that you want to share with us?
Um, I'll be open to offers actually after this year because I would love to work internationally, but I do have a feeling that I might be with Full Sense to help the team because I feel like I do owe him for being such nice um for being such a nice org for supporting us. I think they deserve all the help they need. So maybe I'll help them with coaching. If I get a really good opportunity, I think they would understand. But as of now, I think I'll still be helping the team move forward in the next year. Maybe as coach, I don't know, but we'll see.
All right. If you do end up leaving, I think Frost might get a bit sad about that. Now, speaking of the team, it was Frost. I asked Frost, and he told you guys spoke in the press conference that Primmie on the deadlock was actually to get the entire team used to not have him, bail you out of sticky situations all the time. So now, how not how for how long has this plan been in implementation, and how do you think it is? Uh, how do you think the plan is advancing? Is it going according to what you guys had thought, or have there been any hiccups in between?
I think the hiccups is just today. Like he didn't really have a good game. It was worse than what we thought it would be, but it's not that he couldn't do it. It's more of like I think it's a good thing for them to see that we don't really need one person to carry the team, and I don't think that's healthy. But I didn't really have much. Um, I didn't really want to get into like the semantics of we need to do this without having voice as another without having Frost as another voice. But now that he's here, I think he helps me do that. And I think this is the way to win because if the game plan revolves around him, it's much easier for our opponent to just anti us. And it makes it harder for everyone because we need to play around him. Whereas we should be a team and everyone plays around each other and it supports each other well. And as you can see, we can win without him dropping like 30. And with him dropping 30 plus 30, we still lost. So I think it shows the team that we need to improve as a team. The team has to be stronger in order for him to succeed as well.
All right, now, speaking of your next game, you are playing GE next. Not wanting to go into all the drama and everything surrounding the situation, what are your expectations for the matchup?
I just really want to win because I don't really want to play the play-ins. I think the teams that are in the play-ins are going to be really tough to beat, and I just hope we get through to playoffs without having to play in the play-in. That's all. So I hope we win them. However, I don't care.
All right, Cruz, thank you so much. That was all of my questions. Thank you so much for taking the time for this interview, and all the best for your next matchup.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.